right, welcome back, YouTube. Right, Christ himself was tempted. So Tobias, the angel, freed the young lady from that charge that devil, that demon had on her. So Christ was tempted as well. Matthew 4, verse 1.
Verse 1?
Yeah.
Another one gone. Matthew chapter 4, verse 1. Then was Jesus led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. Verse
To be
2,
what?
tempted of the devil.
So Christ himself faced up with Satan.
Yeah.
Probably because of two reasons. Because Satan never have a competition. They didn't really have no competition. And then big opponent prior to Christ.
So himself forward to that one.
Yeah, man, send a demon and come himself.
Yeah.
This man a big fish, you know. I have to take him on himself.
Yeah.
Right.
Another one gone. Verse 2. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungered. Verse 3. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of God.
Hold on. Matthew. What did it say? 4, right?
God.
And what verse that now?
Verse 3 saying.
All right. When the tempter came to him, all right. So he fasted 40 days, 40 nights, right?
God.
And then he was what? Hungry. So he's now doing what? Lusting after food.
God.
So you see how Satan works.
God.
Christ hungry no hell. Because if you ever fast 3 days,
God.
you do it one. When you have the thing there.
God.
Well, you do it other than that too, but 1 day, right?
God.
And at the end of the 1 day, you feel. All right. So imagine 40 days.
Yeah.
So it would actually be lusting after food. So Satan come to him with now. Read verse 3.
God. He said, if thou be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread. Verse 4.
All right. And Christ could have done that. So he come and tempt him and say, hey, you know, God's son, man, so turn them stone and bread, man.
Yeah.
You're hungry, no virgin. Go ahead. All right.
God. Verse 4. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of God.
All right. So Christ was there, he was hungry, but he was feasting on the word of God.
Yeah.
So probably within that 40 days, he was going through the books of the laws and everything on his own. Yeah.
So yeah. And imagine how much more tempting it would be knowing that you could turn the bread.
You could, that's the point. You can do it.
You can make it farm out of thin air if you feel like.
That is how the devil works. He tempts you with what he knows you can do.
God.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wish I never use none of them power for himself. None of that.
They would have no record about that.
God. So me
no. Yes, when he was going through the cornfield and the men were planting corn, when I come back them and reap corn,
yeah.
And him pluck corn and give him disciple him and him eat too. And the fig tree never did.
No, me not like me help himself because guess what? He never go to the fig tree, but that just make a fig appear out of nowhere. You know?
Yes, but he was here on earth. All right. If he had done any of those things, then he wouldn't be able to tell us you can live the laws. Because you have the record of it. You see?
Yeah. So maybe
he couldn't even live the laws as a normal man.
Maybe that was one of the criteria.
Don't use the powers. Right. Don't cheat. Right, because if he had done anything supernatural, then Same man, we would have said,
Achieving supernatural like in the
not just that. We say, you see, we're telling you that these laws you give us cannot be fulfilled. You send somebody to fulfill it, and watch it. You have to use supernatural power to fulfill it. But he lived, that's why he born from the seed of Joseph. Joseph and daddy, regardless of what the church wants to say, the Bible don't attest to no him being half man, half woman. That is Roman superstition. Half man, half God. Half man, half God. That is Roman superstition. Coming all the way from Egypt. When the Grecians then went into Egypt and get them stored there. And then carried through the ages even until now. Trying to deny the male existence as the father in a human that they want to deify, to make into a god. So he came from the seed of man, lived just like a man, face hunger, face thirst, after run from police, all the things to show that him doing all these things, but he was keeping the law. So you can keep the law. So he couldn't use none of him supernatural powers to help himself. Couldn't be. Well, like you said, that would be cheating. Continue.
Verse 5. Then the devil take him up into the holy city and set him on a pinnacle of the temple. Verse 6. And
all right, so the next thing Christ was going for was what?
For rulership and kingdom.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So he's lost now his rulership.
Right.
That's why I'm going through that 40 days fasting, feasting on the word of God, because I'm going for rulership.
Yeah.
But the cunning Satan, continue.
Verse 6. And said unto him, if thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, he shall give his angel charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone.
Right. So came up the son and prove to him. Him said, all right, you prove now, say, tempting to prove that the angels are with him.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, say that tempting to just look at it.
Of course. Then you and I shoot us on enough time you want to know if God really with you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But I mean, I think we're so stupid to go stand up in front of a gun to prove. And say, all right, the gunman, they are coming up. Who say God is with us? Unless you are cornered.
Yeah. And more time, you know what you say, you wish a nigga would, you know?
All right. Thank you. So those are temptations. Yeah. Because you're gonna wish a nigga would, but maybe a nigga would and he did. And the Moses stand one side and look and say, thou fool, you forgot that I have powers to raise you as well? All right, you stay there in that grave until that day. You don't remember that I wish a nigga would turn out too. Prove a point. So you are going to try to prove a point, say God is there, but God will prove a point to you, say, have the powers to bring you back. And that's the part you don't want to do. All right. So this is him now being tempted again, going.
Verse 7. Jesus said unto him, it is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God.
All right, don't tempt God, boy. So we wishing a nigga would that is tempting God. You see? Right on point. So when you talk about, oh, yeah, I'm going through my Hebrew academic training, I wish a nigga would. I feel like a bad man. Because I know that, oh, yeah, I was shy off my back. You don't tempt God. Yeah. All right. Continue.
Verse 8. Again, the devil taketh him up into an exceedingly high mountain, and sheweth him all the kingdoms of the world, and the glory of them.
Right, so this is Christ now lost in our prepared for leadership, or rulership. So Satan, I will say, if you more short, so if you want leadership that much, are you willing to short circuit the system to get it? You understand?
What do you mean short circuit?
Not going through the right channels.
Take it now.
Take it now.
God.
So well, guess what? You don't have to go through them next 2,000 years that we are coming up to get this, you know.
Yeah.
This is what you have to do. Go ahead.
God. And Satan to him, all these will I give thee.
All these things.
All these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me.
Right. So this is what you're going after. And here it is, see? So pretty. You look at that city here, named New York. Very pretty. This is what you're going after, you know. But you don't have to wait 2,000 years to get it. You can get it now. All you have to do is just bow down and worship me. And you get it now. So that is what I mean by short circuiting the system. Meaning that you're not going through that proper channel to get what you want. You take shortcut. So that's what Satan temptation was for Christ. Bringing him through the shorter way of getting what he had wanted. The results not necessarily going to be the same. All right.
Disobeying the Most High God.
All right.
That could work.
All right. So there would be no, if Christ had done that one, then there would be no Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning. It would be, it would have changed to Esau is the world forever.
Okay, God. But that deal they would have just broke.
Then I must, because remember, I know it's Christ setting himself to intercede for us.
The Most High just rule making evil faith at the end of the month. Just start over about the process.
No?
Which Yahushua couldn't feel still, you know. Yahushua couldn't feel, you know. Alright,
well,
you can't say that. You know.
I say couldn't feel because the one who can't feel is the one who is not tempted. You
know. That's true. And whatever be the purpose and temptation,
there's no record of Satan tempting another angel. No record of that.
Yeah.
So from the fact that he is able to tempt, then it means that you are flesh.
Yeah.
And you can fall. So Christ could have fallen. He was in the flesh.
I remember saying he was SHALAM, you know.
All right.
He fell here.
All right.
Yeah,
he was Isaiah.
God. Isaiah.
No man, what Jacob father name again?
Isaac.
Isaac. He was Isaac.
God.
And he fell there. He was Adam.
God.
So what you think Satan, if him try him at least 4 times before and then fail, you think he's not going to try again?
Yeah, I know him now too.
Yeah.
I know him good.
Watch it now. Watch
you know?
When you feel fall already, I'm going to try him at this time again.
So that the prophecy never said he would come and have no woman. The prophecy never said he would have come and don't have no woman.
No wife, right? Then I prophecy.
I remember what go on when the SHALAM. So you know what? I put out a picture that time, you know. Because
right.
More temptation that.
All right. And what did Christ say?
Verse 10. Then said Jesus unto him, Get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, Thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him alone shalt thou serve.
And him only shalt thou serve. So in try getting Christ into what? Idolatry.
God.
And Christ, that is the strongest temptation they know. Because, yeah, and not only idolatry, but the same thing that Christ is going to wait 2,000 to get. Here it is now right in front of you. You can get it right now. And you don't have to endure that death where I go through and the 2,000 years of still there. Why not get it right now? You understand? So Satan show him the avenue to get it right now. Just bow down and worship me. But he was able to, he was strong enough to rebuke him. It's just like somebody want some wealth now, and somebody say, yeah, do that something, you know, you need to protect yourself from them. Okay, I got over, man. And the other man, well, themselves, but they call it spiritual advisors. And the spiritual advisor tell him, say, why you need a gathering, you know, you just get 2 turtle dove come and we cut off your head and sprinkle it around the yard and you drink some. Yeah, and you sprinkle the blood and you drink some of my blood. Right there, I break him and make him break the most high law, don't yeah. So idolatry. I bring you into short circuit in the system. That which is the most high system. Yeah, you might get a little wealth, but you break the most high law, you have a pee.
So like yes, sir. You know, some feel like the most high make people like that prosper, just multiply them. Like you know, working.
And to be an example unto you,
yeah,
like you in the truth now can look, we get them story and look back.
Checking the over man and it make you prosper. You understand? People check the over man to get prosperity and everything. The most high probably just make them prosper, to just multiply them things.
Let them become the one who is bringing the atrocity.
And keep them in the delusion, same way.
They're going to pay, but
you can't tell them say no work, you know.
Oh yes, man. Can't convince them to no work.
Probably most I just let them through.
Yeah, because remember, he is the God over good and God over evil, you know.
God.
So all go through him.
God.
So the other man are going to think and feel say God allow it. It's God who allow it. Shall there be evil in the city and it's not the Most High that have done it? That's why we set them foundation here before we come down to these things.
God.
All right.
Verse 11.
Yes.
Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him.
All right. What came?
Angels.
So, because what? The angel ministering unto him means what?
Mean them serving.
Thank you. But in the church, you think that the angel will come and speak to him.
In a sermon.
Yeah. But the angel now come and say, wow, you are strong, you are worthy to be our leader. What shall we do now, master? Okay, this is what I want you to do. I want you to X, Y, Z. And say, another one can. He's now the other one. Because he has endured what they couldn't have endured. You understand?
God.
So, take me now to going straight into this woman who was shot dead now. We want to have a touch on her now. So she was shot dead. You hear the story that she was shot dead because the husband had died in an accident and leave some wealth, and the son not get nothing. She take everything. All right, there's two sides to it. One, this I don't know if it's our only son. We don't know that. So that part wasn't told to us. But let's say he's the firstborn son of the man. So according to our laws, that son have the right to his inheritance.
God.
Deuteronomy 21, verse 15.
God. God. Deuteronomy chapter 21, verse 15. If a man have 2 wives, one beloved and another hated.
All right, so you see now law, we can have 2 wives.
Yeah. God. They are born, and they are born in children, both the beloved and the hated. Both the beloved and the hated.
All right, so it is giving you a scenario. You have 2 wives. Can be more than 2, but he said 2.
God.
one you love and one you not too love. Continue.
And
like who had that? Jacob. Because Rachel was his
trophy.
Rachel and trophy wife. And the father come slip him Leah. Come slip him on tough end. No, and the man say man presents an increase in wealth. And I plan, you know. This man's presence is increasing my wealth. So me give him the wife for him not love. He really don't want to. He will stay for Rachel, but he's not going to stay for Leah. So give him Leah first. So yes, Hebrew I buck the head long time.
He wasn't that Israelite.
Who?
Laban.
No, but the Hebrew.
Tricky.
Right. Same lineage you come from. Man. That's our bloodline. All right, continue.
And if the firstborn son be heir that was 18.
So if yes, which continue.
Verse 16.
Which is indeed the firstborn.
Verse 16. Then it shall be.
Oh, 16 go ahead.
Verse 16. Then it shall be when he maketh his sons to inherit that which he hath.
His will.
That he may not make the son of the beloved firstborn before the son of the 18th, which is indeed the firstborn.
So the one where you not love so much, as she have the is that son of the firstborn.
Yeah.
So Leah have the firstborn, who was who? Reuben. But the beloved was
Rachel.
Right. So the firstborn with Rachel would have been who? Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph.
All right.
Right.
So even though him love Rachel and I want probably left everything in Rachel to Pitney, was we and Joseph. You know that?
Yeah.
We and Joseph. Yeah. Then he would just forget all about Reuben. Because Reuben come from the woman when too long. All right.
Not for that.
But continue reading.
Another one, verse 17. For he shall acknowledge the son of the 18th for the firstborn by giving him a double portion of all that he hath. For he is the beginning of his strength. The right of the firstborn is his.
All right. Now this became law and was given to us in writing. But go to Genesis 35 and 22.
And it came to pass when Israel dwelt in that land that Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine, and Israel heard it. Now the sons of Jacob were 12.
All right. So what happened there? His firstborn defiled his bed.
God.
Because and we were given the laws there in writing. So that shows you that this what we have as law was there before Moses' time.
God.
Because how would they know that you shouldn't go sleep with your father woman?
God.
Everybody in the world was doing it. So you understand?
God.
But there was one tribe of people who was the Hebrews who knew these things. So it was there, just like we never did have it in this form that we have it now in the Bible. Because thine will has been trying to, the Most High is trying to put his will on the earth from man fall. from Adam fell.
God.
Where we are?
23.
Then, oh no, skip to Chronicles. Drop that and give me First Chronicles.
Gun.
5 and 1 and 2. First Chronicles 5.
First Chronicles chapter 5 verse 1. Now the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, for he was the firstborn, but for as much as he defiled his father's bed, his birthright was given unto the sons of Joseph, the son of Israel. And the genealogy is not to be reckoned after the birthright.
All right. So he gave it to the son, the firstborn son of his beloved, who was Joseph. After Reuben defiled his bed, there are the senior brothers who could have given it to him. But he not left him firstborn out of the thing.
Yeah.
He not left him beloved out of it. So he go to Joseph. And what was it that caused well, this is the thing there, the birthright. But we too.
Verse 2. For Judah prevailed above his brethren, and of him came the chief ruler. But the birthright was Joseph.
So the birthright was the possession, what you own in life,
right.
Material things.
Right.
Now you have the right, even though our law says it goes to the firstborn son,
yeah.
But you can put it in a firstborn, in the son that is wayward, careless, does what he want to do. You put it in a responsible son's hand. So that's why I was saying in her case now, in that young one case, probably the father was he was the firstborn son for the father, right?
Joseph.
The woman who got shot.
Okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
I just diverting a little. Remember say, say, oh, Rachel, and you know what I mean, we would have want to give probably Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph get something. Joseph get it. Because Reuben go defile the father bed.
So first one for the next wife.
For the next wife, and give it to Joseph. Yeah. But the rulership went to the chief ruler, who would have been CM Reuben, you know. Yeah. So that went to still the other wife child. Because I remember says only 2 people they have with. No, but Judah. What was Judah?
No, Judah was
one of the concubine's wife. Son.
No, yeah.
It was Leah's son.
Leah's son.
Right. Yeah. So maybe Judah was second in line to that. But I remember all the birth too. But Judah proved himself as a leader. When? At what point? All right. You remember when? I think it was when they were. Sure, they wanted to kill Benjamin. No, lie. When they went into Egypt, and
bear the responsibility.
And then bear the responsibility for the son and said, boy, if we go back without him, the father got dead. Okay. So yeah, what? Take my neck.
Yeah.
If they not come back, me stay. If they not come back, kill me. Don't trouble him. Right? So Judah put his neck for us Benjamites, right?
God.
You know, so probably that's why the most I put it 22 hour land. Because when the kingdom splitting out, maybe if the borders of our land was separate from Judah, we would have gone with the other one. No, it was a doctrine. I said maybe that's why. Because when you look at the history, it has been moving. Because guess what? Why Judah became ruler? Because he proved himself.
Prove himself, man. No, me I talk about the Benjamin together with Judah.
Because Judah put him neck out for we, didn't he? Right there.
No, man, me I say the reason why we took Judah and Benjamin always together.
I said probably because he put his neck out for us, so maybe that's why the most I twin it to our. When I say so, it's so because it's not in the Bible that it is so. But it's in the Bible as to why these brothers became rulers and who get the father wealth and so they prove themselves. Right. So the most I say, all right, Judah, you put your neck out to Benjamin, or give Benjamin. Understand? So in the kingdom, where the kingdom split, we couldn't leave because our brother was within Judah. Or leave, go. We took up the land and carry go with the next 10. Right. So these things prove points most time. Right? So in the woman's case, if the father never did want the son forget it, he should have write a will.
Write a will. That he should have do.
Yes. Also, the wife should have a responsibility to know that you consider the man with the wealth, do something, be fair.
That in a law to do. Yeah, man.
So
say, all right. Who did it? What's your name, man? To cut off the Persian boy head, man.
Judith.
She split up the inheritance among all our deceased husband, children.
Oh, when she was going to die because she didn't have no children.
She never had no children. Okay.
So, and leave it to her husband's people. Okay. And she ended poor, No, she was a living hero, People came from all over the world to see this woman who cut off the great general head, And of course, they would have brought gifts. Some would bring gold, some would bring this. So trust me, she pulled tourists into Israel in those days. So much so that when she died, it was a national mourning.
A national hero.
Because she was a national hero.
Real nanny.
She had a real nanny, indeed. She was a national hero to the nation at the time. Right? So the wealth that she had, because the husband was a poor man before him then, Plus, remember when she got all of her his gold and silver and thing that he had when he came to come up on Israel, she get the sword and everything, and whatever they put in the temple. But the wealth and so now she decided what she wanted to do. They brought it specifically. Everything she wanted, all of her is, they brought it specifically to her. Right. So that's what. So in her case now, so Satan tempt you against the law of God because she's an Israelite, And all the temptation that Satan give you is you breaking the laws of God. We have law against it for the firstborn. If not the firstborn, then you can't just take everything. Leave something to the rest, right? So much so that it costs her life.
Sir, they have a personal story of that, That's what the thing said in our rest. My father, my only son to feel father, My father owned a lot of houses and things. He married this woman, Never left a will. Grandfather. Just end up not get nothing. Nothing at all.
The new wife take everything.
Yeah, the new wife, she basically share up everything amongst the other 4 children. Them.
All right.
And children there, and my grandfather children.
All right, and Esau laws back that,
Yeah.
but he could have changed that before he died.
Yeah, that's right. I will.
If you have substance with a woman, she died, and you're going to take her next woman. If the substance is not enough for you to share it among the children, and you still keep you can still hold your thing, write a will. And you can write it without the wife even know. That's what a will is. It's your intention. She don't have to know it.
I show you 1 or 2 things after.
Because if she know your intention, maybe dog never suffer before you're dead. Yeah. You ever see the Red Bull ad with the man went dead and he left everything to the next woman and not give your wife nothing.
The Red Bull ad.
Or Red Bull, they have one ad. Red Bull, yeah. You never see that one there? Yeah, man. And watch him open heaven and look down upon the wife when he really read. And the wife she say no get none. Watch him look down upon the wife and I laugh. Yeah, and the wife just drink a Red Bull and fly go open heaven and bust his ass. See away. You know, that's a Red Bull give you away. Yeah. Now, you, the man, you have the right to make a will. And the will can be against what that wife thinks.
Yeah, well, naturally she will do the thing that more convenient to she after your death.
Now when you're dead and gone, if she want to go drink a Red Bull and come away, they fine. Everything I don't
You're right, as a man like yourself.
But that's your right to leave it to the way you think. Yeah. But as an Israelite, you know, it goes to the firstborn. But what if the firstborn is prove himself not worthy?
To another son.
Yeah. Can give it to another son, and you'll be guiltless from the law because he has proved himself not worthy. Yeah. Maybe I'm cooking. Maybe a man who we can't talk to. He's a spendthrift. Maybe a roommate or something. Understand? Yeah. Those are good things. All right. But it's the role of the prosecutor. Same role that in the king in God's kingdom. Right. Those prosecutors prevent unfit people from getting great rewards. Hmm? Right. Look at look on Hitler. If Hitler had won World War II, what would the world be like? Certainly not what it is now. God. All right. So, not to say that who get it now, but who get it now is proving himself unfit. So, it go and turn again. Who has had the world since World War II has proven himself unfit. But the God, the judge, the demon, Satan and the demon, the prosecutor, their role is to prevent you, to prove you unfit for the kingdom. Christ and his angels is to get you from off that charge. Because we have been convicted, we have been charged, because we were kicked out of the kingdom. We were kicked off the land. So that now we have to go battling again. So go back now and show the Father. Say, boy, we were there for you give we back the land, and to give us the new city, the Jerusalem. God. But the Satan and his demons are now saying to the Father, say, but they're going to try with the rest of the people, they're not worth it. And we can prove it, said they're not worth it. And then down here, and you can see the works among us, all the evils happening. Before, hold a point. Christ, on the other hand, is saying, no, They are not as bad as you think, you know. They really love the Father, you know, and we are proving it. But in the end, what the Most I want to do, yeah, if you can listen to Christ, and if any more listen to Christ, but is the man who prove himself worthy for Christ, battle for him, and will become victorious. So if you're not worthy for Christ, battle for you, you know. Yeah, Satan bully and backside you all different ways, but and show up your sins. But are you worthy for Christ to battle for you? That is where you will prove to Christ, say, yeah, I'm worthy for you to battle for me. Yes. Just like a man in a prison and trying to get an appeal on something and him try everything and him write this and write that. And so. Well, luckily for we now, we have the man who appeal the case. That's Christ. Yeah,
sure that you get the subjects in a prison.
Yeah, and he must be a reformed citizen. He's now a reformed citizen, and he's now worthy of parole. I will prove that. All right, you were going to say something.
Me just say, all right, is it a case where the Satan feel like he can succeed?
Then I must.
Then it's the nation of Israel, we're not talking individuals.
What do you mean?
To make the most like what we have when the say, oh, Israel shall be saved.
Yes, but the Most High has also set some parameters. If before Christ's return, them can search out the entire heavens and the entire earth and know the whole place, then yeah, you might have a chance. There are parameters.
Yeah, but the parameters are impossible.
But yeah, but suppose you can do it. Why not do it now? The one that is impossible though is where Christ, the Most High also says that no, this one, and I really, him say if the ordinance of heaven cease to exist, like the rising of the sun, the moon, the stars cease to exist, then I shall cut off. They will be cut off from being a nation, from being before me.
So in other words, then.
But that don't guarantee rulership.
Feel like him have a chance.
Then you have a chance. No have a chance. But see, that battle is not for whether Satan I got this or that. He will be there after. The battle is if Esau's position after. You understand?
Yeah.
If him search out the thing there and will become or still get to rule the nation, the world, then he might have a chance to be a nation again.
That's when probably the white man short all evidence and the seas.
That is what all this space exploration is all about.
God.
Yes.
God.
And what? Exploring all the seas and find new lands and all that.
God.
That's what it's all about.
Somebody best feel the white man.
I'm doing best to make sure say the white man have a chance of being a nation again.
I help him figure out the class then.
Yeah, then I help him hard up your battle, because if the truth can't grow, then we can't free either. So that's another battle, you know.
Yeah.
So you see the pressure that is put on you in the class. And the truth have to grow, so we have a chance. But at the same time, the white man want to be a nation even if him lose the rulership of the earth. Because right as it is, every other nation plan is promised restoration except him.
Yeah.
So at least little restoration I'm gonna want. But in not get it because you can't meet none of the criteria there.
Yeah.
Not even to show mercy to we. That you can do. You can search out the heavens, you can search out the earth, you can search out under the earth, you can search out the sea. But you can show a little remorse, show mercy to Israel. Not even that he will do. So you don't want no restoration. You don't want any. All right. So we're
We read verse 2.
we're kind of going on to right.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for the prosecutors, who are the angels and the demons, unfit people would get great rewards. Unfit people would be in the kingdom. Christ is there right now and before the Most High. I say, yeah, look at Jamaica, you know. The officer Cont'd one there, you know, blah blah blah. But yeah, this is another chance. Look at Officer Abada one and they have a chance. Look at Officer Cont'd. Holy mother. Effer, what's that, young man? No, me can't talk for you. I don't know trade those stones. But it's true, that's Christ battling for us. Battling for all the brothers within the truth. Right? All right, go to Romans 8 and 34.
There's a 34.
Romans 8, 34 and 35.
Romans chapter 8, verse 34. Who is he that condemneth? It is Christ that died, yea, rather that is risen again, who is even at the right hand of God, who also maketh intercession for us.
All right. The Bible is telling you that it is Christ that is pleading. He's your defense attorney. 35.
Verse 35. Who shall separate us from the love of Christ? Shall tribulation?
Not even the tribulation that he went through didn't let him give up on Israel. Or?
Shall tribulation, or distress, or persecution, or famine, or nakedness?
So that third 40 days is just like a famine, you know. He went into thing there.
Yeah.
Not even, he didn't give up on say, well, we can't go no more. I will give up on these people. Neither nakedness, then strip him naked on the cross. He went through perilous times. And he was beaten, cut, and all kind of things.
Yeah.
And not even all those things didn't separate him from pleading, from battling for the role to intercede for us. No, we don't have to go through all of that. All we have to do is just listen to him.
Yeah.
So when Christ said, love your brother, all we need to do is say, Canada one can.
Yeah.
When Christ said, follow the commandments, all we need to say is Canada one can.
Yeah.
We don't need to, well, you want to say, maybe if meat, the pork gravy and the meat still, you know, everything.
Yeah.
You get me? In other words, you skim around the sin. And the Bible tells us, you know, don't give the appearance of evil. Meaning, you are in a situation, you're probably not committing the act, but you're in the midst of the thing. For instance, you go into a strip club, not to look at strippers, but to meet with somebody or to buy a drink. You can avoid that, avoid it. There are times when you might can't, but if you can avoid it, because guess what? Brothers see, you know what I'm going to say. Say you're going to a strip club. Right. And I said, why I say if you can avoid it, because the scripture tells us that, yes, but remember that Christ hung out around sinners.
Yeah.
He was drinking wine among them so much so that those who think the holy is a holy, he also said, Him is a wine bibber.
God.
And if he's a wine bibber and him not in the truth, then obviously these miracles that he working is Beelzebub. He's a witchcraft man. That's what they were saying. But Christ was just presenting himself where the fish is. You can't be fishing and you're not where the fish is. You're fishing, but you're where turtles and chickens are. They're not fishing.
God.
You're chickening. You want the fish, you have to be where the fish is.
God.
Oh, you're catching. Get me? So,
God.
you have to be around. I can remember also say, I send you, what do you call it?
Send you out as sheep among wolves.
You send out as sheep among wolves, that's one. Into the, send you amongst the Gentile, but you're not to be as the Gentile. Don't part, you're amongst them, but don't partake in what they are doing.
God.
So, all right, we in Majesty God fishing, but that don't mean that they're going to go amongst the brothers and see them roll a blunt and say, roll on to me, you simply because you want to win their love. You're going to smoke a blunt. No, that is how Satan would convict you. They say, see, I tell you, I'm not worthy. All right. Go to James 1 and 12 to 17. You can close with that one.
God. God. James chapter 1, verse 10.
12.
12. God. Verse 12. Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord has promised to them that love him.
All right. So you will be tempted. We will be tempted. It's not finished.
God.
All right. Satan has not given up. Satan still trying to convict us, to show us unworthy of the kingdom. But you know, yeah, you might fall. So, but make sure when you fall, you are sincerely repenting.
God.
Mm-hmm. I mean, pray that you don't fall, but none of us is above sin. I never once say, boy, we can't sin. You know, we don't do those things. Don't do it. Because now you are putting out yourself to Satan to test you more than anybody else, you know. God. If you already going want. Right. So, but you're able to endure temptation. When trials come, then you shall certainly receive the crown of life. Verse 13.
God. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God. For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man.
God never tempted. So even though Satan do God work, God himself never tempted. Satan is just trying to convict you. One of his way of getting to convict you is through temptation. Right?
God.
I mean, you can commit an act and you weren't tempted, you know. Right? But he want to get you to commit the act. Just like the police in the States, pull you over. Step out the vehicle. You pull me over for a ticket. You say I was speeding, right? The ticket give me, I'm going to go on my way. Sir, I said step out the vehicle. I said, right, the ticket give me and let me get on my way. You're resisting.
God.
And then they pull you out the vehicle. And of course, yeah, when they pull you out the vehicle, he will be dragging you and you will be trying not to fall. So you are going to appear like you are giving some resistance. And then the Alim officer saying that you're under arrest. For what? And then the charge now is resisting arrest. So that is him tempting you right there. So see how Satan work. You want to know Satan work? Look how the white man work.
Right.
That's his kingdom. That's why he could tell Christ, bow down and I will give you this, because it was given to him. He's the one in charge. Now the earth is given in the hand of the wicked. That's a joke.
So that's yes, sir. Satan plant jokes like the white man, like plant illegal substance and go and do it.
Then a man who are doing work, do it. Yeah. The man who do it, as Satan work, him a do it.
Satan work, him a do it.
Yeah.
So Satan refrain then.
Then I must. Then that is temptation.
Okay,
but no one in the truth. We have never heard any story of anyone in the truth ever being free. So it's generally the Jake that is in the world that these things happen to.
Good.
So that is why. That's why in the truth you notice the general mind trying to get brothers walking the chalk line, because walking that chalk line is what keep you from these temptation and these convictions that Satan have out there.
Good.
But it didn't work through the white man. Because don't think that you being in Jamaica is not under the white man's jurisdiction. We are.
Good.
Right? Because it's his system running the world, running Jamaica. So even though when you look, you see black cops, you see black judge, you see black prosecutor, and you see a black Satan trying to prosecute him. But that doesn't mean that is not the white man's system of convicting you.
Yeah.
Right. Verse what now? 14.
Yeah, verse 14. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed.
Right. So it's your own lust. Is really a lust. It's things that you lost after. Pull you away.
Yeah.
You're lusting after 3 wives. Why? You're lusting after, give me another thing that pull people away.
From the truth?
Yeah. Well, not only from the truth, but can get you convicted. You're lusting after riches, right?
Yeah.
So because you're lusting after riches now, Satan don't say you're lust after riches. But Satan also know that his system was not designed for you to be rich as an Israelite. So I'm going to show you another way. And because you're lusting after the riches, I'm show you the other way that you can be rich, and you take it. And next thing you know what? You get convicted for murdering somebody. You see? All right, so verse 1. 15 now.
Verse 16.
15.
Yeah. Then when lust has conceived, it bringeth forth sin.
Right. So you lust after the thing. So when I get the thing now and bring forth the sin. And
when it is finished, it bringeth forth sin, and sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death.
All right. You're either physically dead or you're dead at prison or you're in prison. Verse 16.
Verse 16. Do not err, my beloved brethren.
17.
Verse 17. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above and cometh down from the Father of light, with whom is no variable, neither shadow of turning.
All right. So all good things come from God. So you don't need to be tempted to gain any good thing. Don't let temptation show you say you can get this good thing.
God.
Because if it is really a good thing, you would not need to be tempted, because all good things come from
the Most High.
The Most High. So when Satan took Christ on the mountain, show him the cities, was it a bad thing he was showing him? No.
I mean the kingdom of the earth. And
yeah, was it a bad thing? Wasn't a bad thing. Because this kingdom of the earth it depends on who is ruling it. It's just buildings and roads and so on. But it's the system that you would have in it.
Yeah.
So Satan is telling, hey, you can put your system in there and just go down to me. But Christ said, the madman, you can't take that. So the good thing, because when the Most High give you the holy city, it's a physical structure just the same. Right?
God.
But good things come from the Father. So you don't need to go do anything out the way to get a good thing. You want a good wife? You don't need to go hang out at one strip club or go hang out at one place where you see a pretty girl. Good things come from the Most High. And a good wife is not necessarily the most beautiful woman or the fairest of women. I read that over to the fair woman strangle the man them. Pretty girl strangle them on God's side. Right. So, questions? All right. So with that, to pass over to priest and officer. I have one.
All right, clap it up. We're going to go into the Lord's Prayer. I'll say Amadum, turn and face the east. We're going to first say it in Hebrew and turn and face the east, sisters. And then turn and face the east. Abanawa, Shabashamayam, Kwadash, Aya, Shamka, Yahawa, Malakwatka, Tabaha, Ratazaka, Aya, Shamka, Barataza, Kawa, Aya, Bashamaya, Nathana, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalakla Nawa, Kawabwat Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawabwat Yanawa, Walaha, Kabaya Anawa, Wanasaya Wat, Abad, Awashai Nawa, Maya, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwa, Wahala, Watapara, La Iwalam Yam,
In English, our Father which art in heaven.
Our Father which art in heaven,
Hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread.
Give us this day our daily bread.
And forgive us our debts.
And forgive us our debts.
As we forgive our debtors.
As we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not into temptation.
And lead us not into temptation.
And deliver us from evil.
But deliver us from evil.
For thine is the kingdom.
For thine is the kingdom.
Power and glory.
And the power and glory.
Forever.
Forever.
So be it. Amen.
So be it. Amen.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
The name of Yahweh.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Send evils and curses.
And evils and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
Punishment and destruction.
To the Eden.
To the evil.
That speak against us.
Speak against us.
Thy prophets.
Thy prophets.
The teachers.
Teachers.
The princes.
Princes.
The priests.
Priests.
The Israelite brothers.
Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Send evils and curses.
And evil and curses.
And punishment and destruction.
And punishment and destruction.
To the Eden.
To the evil.
And shake loose the treasures.
The treasures.
Of the rich of Israel.
And the rich of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
Refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches. to enter into thy sanctuary. Send evils and curses and punishment and destruction to the Edomites and the nations and their drug dealers, their court system, the prison system, Planned Parenthood, all the governments of our enemies, Amalek synagogues and armies, Roman Catholic Church, the Pope, Islam, Christianity, Egyptology, militia, Ku Klux Klan, Aryan Nation, Skinhead, Pasikamatazi, Gay Movement, the Lesbian Movement, Spies, Workers of Witchcraft, NASA Space Program, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Wall Street, open up the internet and the airwaves, the cable access channels and the radio channels. Convict the spirit of any of thy people that seek to stop us and bring swift judgment, destruction, to all the Eden that stand in the way or try to stop us from broadcasting your words throughout the planet Earth. Let loose all the plagues. Cause them to go to and fro throughout the earth and consume them. Let the plagues shake the house of the thief and the murderer. Let your Awashai, Michael, and Gabriel come down with the flying saucers and punish all the Eden that come up against us. As we speak thy word, cause it to be known by all that is the angel that hath done it. Cause it to be spread throughout the media, throughout the whole world. Cause them to shake at thy coming. In the name of your Awashai. Thank you always, so be.
Thank you always, so be. Prayer for the poor.
This is the prayer for the poor. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Baba Kwasha, Nathan Lanawa, Akak, Larapa, Kalmakala, Wakal Madawa, Akak, Lata'ar, Amatazaria, Akak, Lahau Kwayam, Amatadhiam, Akak, Ilrakawa, Atamala, Lagarashan, Bashem Yawashai. Amen.
Tawada. In English, Yahweh in the name of Yahweh.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the power.
For to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
For to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
For to cleanse the leper.
For to cleanse the leper.
For to raise the dead.
For to raise the dead.
For against unclean spirits.
For against unclean spirits.
To cast them out in the name of Yahweh.
To cast them out in the name of Yahweh.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right. Let's close.
Salute. No security announcement.
Just salute.
All right. So, one courtesy salute to the teacher. Amajum Shabbat. Amajum Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barakatah.
Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Barakatah.
Yaramata. Class dismissed.
Quick salute to the sisters.
Oh, and one courtesy salute to the sisters.
Right. Turn and face the sisters.
Turn and face the sisters. Amajim Shabbat. Amadim. Barak. Yahweh Shema. Yaramata. Class dismissed.
Good class. Tawada. That was Christ.